By the end of this video, you'll have a proven step-by-step checklist to break you out of your weight loss plateau. This is the same checklist that we have used inside our Badass Body Boss program with hundreds of students to great success. So stay tuned. Hi, Rich and Lucy here, nutritionists at CoachViva.com, the place for analytical thinkers to cut through the noise on where to start, when to level up so they can transform their bodies and live healthy by default. If you too refuse to settle, hide from the facts, or cave to excuses, then subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to be notified every week of new science-backed and practical videos to help you lose fat and gain muscle on your terms. And before we begin, I want to quickly announce that a few spots have opened for the free one-on-one consult for our Badass Body Boss program. So make sure you stay until the end of this video for the announcement on that. Now let's get started.
First, let's make sure that your lack of weight loss actually means a lack of progress. If your answer is no to any of the following questions, then you don't know for sure that you're actually stuck. Have you been using a body fat formula to know that both your fat mass and lean mass is stuck? For example, your weight may be stuck because you're losing fat at about the same rate as you're gaining lean mass. This is super common if you've been exercising, and this is actually a desirable scenario. Number two, has your fat mass and lean mass not budged in 3 weeks? It is very common to not lose weight despite nailing your nutrition and exercise if, for example, you had your period or are about to have your period, or you had extra sodium by eating out or having bowls of soup before your check-in. You want to pay attention to change week over week, and 2 weeks data is not a trend. You need at least 3 data points to form a trend and make a good hypothesis.
Now, if your fat mass and lean mass is actually stuck, then let's do some quick math to see if you're actually eating in a way to expect weight loss. First, calculate your maintenance calories again. As you drop weight, your maintenance calories also drop. So you need to drop your target calories accordingly. Make sure that you're still at least a 11% calorie deficit from your maintenance. Second, if you've been eating back your exercise calories, stop doing that for the next week and see if your weight starts dropping. Last, have you been maintaining a meticulous diary for weeks you were stuck? If you hadn't been, then for the next week, record every bite and sip and see if you are actually meeting at least an 11% calorie deficit.
If your fat and lean mass are actually stuck and you have actually been in a calorie deficit as per the tests Lucy listed, then it's possible chronic inflammation through digestive distress may be lowering your metabolism. This is especially likely if you have PCOS. To know if this is something you need to work on, ask yourself if you experience digestive distress every 1 to 2 weeks. If yes, then you may want to cut out the typical inflammatory foods like dairy, gluten, sugar, meat, alcohol, and coffee for 8 weeks, and then reintroduce each food group one at a time to see which actually causes you digestive distress.
If all of the items we've mentioned so far have been checked by you and you're still stuck, then you may want to experiment with changing your macro ratios. Here's what I recommend you try. Lower your carb intake by 25 grams a day. Up your protein intake by 25 grams a day. Try this for the next week and see if it breaks you out of the plateau. The lowered carbs will affect your hormones such that it lowers the likelihood of storing fat, while the increased protein will whet your metabolism. This method is especially useful for people who are already quite lean and looking to lose more fat.
If macro ratios also don't help, then for the next week, try to eliminate as much junk food, sweets, alcohol, sweetened beverages, and eating out as much as possible, and see if that causes the scale to budge.
Now, after that, if you're still stuck and you're in the first 2 months since you last ate at maintenance, then you can try to deepen your deficit by using cardio. You can first try to up your cardio duration by 10 minutes for the next week. If that doesn't cause progress, then try increasing frequency by doing cardio 1 extra day. And if that still didn't work, then up your intensity of each workout. Push yourself harder than you did last week. If that still doesn't work, then try changing the type of cardio. This can re-stimulate progress. And lastly, for those of you that are at maintenance more than 2 months ago, try a maintenance week, which means for the next week, eat at maintenance calories and bring down your exercise routine to a minimalist one, like just getting some steps in. This will reboot your metabolism by reassuring your body everything is fine and you do in fact have food handy.
As you can tell, breaking out of a plateau is a science and an art. If you want expert coaching from folks who have coached hundreds of people through plateaus, I urge you to check out our Badass Body Boss program. The program is built for you if you value learning in depth the science and psychology behind the entire process, believe that weight weight loss need not be so complicated, that each method out there works for someone at some stage, and that you just need a clear plan defining your methods for your stage, and are excited by the idea of working in a collaborative fashion with us to build your customized, sustainable roadmap to lifelong success. If that's you, good news. A few spots have opened up for a free one-to-one consultation call with us. Note, this is not a coaching call, and that booking a call does not guarantee you'll be admitted into our program. So if you're serious, click on the link in the description below to book a one-to-one consult for our Badass Body Boss program.
And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram, and share this video with whoever else you think could use this information. And be sure to check out these two videos to learn more about how to lose fat and gain muscle like a body boss. You can do it.